couldn't have come at a better time.
Okay, I wasn't expecting dialogue here, but here we go.
The Adventurers Guild has received a new commission, but it's a little complicated. We've struggled to find the right candidate for the job.
It's starting to feel like eternity around here. Oh, good one.
I'll get straight to the point. The client is a distinctive musician from Liyue. She's in possession of a temporary travel permit that's about to expire, and is looking for someone familiar with the process to help her renew it and avoid deportation.
Why is Xinyan coming to Inazuma? Like, I get all of a sudden the war's over and everyone's happy, but whatever.
Hey, wipe that disappointed look off your face. Imagine if you were in that situation. Huh. A distinctive female musician from Liyue? Sounds familiar. Ah! Paimon knows!
Oh? Is she a friend of yours? She headed for the Tenryou Commission after submitting her request. You should be able to find her there. I hear that the commission has been very busy recently, so they probably won't be able to help her.
If it's who Paimon thinks it is, she's probably introducing the Tenryou Commission to some sweet riffs right now! But doesn't everyone love rock and roll? We should probably get over there before she gets arrested for public disorder. So it is Xinyan! Ha! Paimon's intuition prevails again!
Yeah, what do you mean intuition? Yeah, exactly.
Huh? Well, I'll be! Paimon, Traveler, what are you two doing here? I never thought I'd run into familiar faces so far from home. Well, if you're here for a performance, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you. It's a long story. Have you heard of the Iridescence Tour? Well, it's
No.
okay if you haven't. I didn't hear about it until just recently. Oh, the more I think about it, this whole thing was weird from the get-go. The organizers told me it was a music festival from Fontaine that was famous throughout Teyvat, but it seemed like nobody in Liyue had ever heard of it before. There was a guy standing on the side of the road calling out like he was selling sunsettias or something. I only inquired because I felt bad for him.
Aw, that was nice of you.
Well, anyway, he showed me a ton of material. The Iridescence Tour is a big deal over in Fontaine. I heard that getting stage time means your music might start to be heard far and wide.
Wow, you'd be famous overnight if you were up there.
You think so? Oh, me too. I want as many folks as possible to hear my music. That's why I'm so set on attending the festival. This year's Iridescence Tour is being held here in Inazuma. I've been honing a bunch of new songs since I signed up. I even asked Beto to ferry me out here ahead of time to scout the place out and make sure everything goes perfect. Xiangling made me up a special packed lunch to wish me well, but the organizers, they ran into trouble out on the ocean. They can't make it. They even got fishing boats to send a message to Inazuma so the authorities could start spreading the word. The Iridescence Tour is canceled. Oh, how can they just cancel it like that? I come here to perform, and they tell me this after I arrive? Now there's no way of getting the travel permit that the organizers arranged for me, and my temporary travel permit here is about to expire. No, things couldn't have gone much worse.
Alright, let's go
Seems
get
like
A.
no one was more excited than you about performing at the festival. Why should you get the short end of the stick? Oh, it's not fair.
Yeah.
It ain't always easy being a musician. Well, shucks, enough complaining. This ain't the first time I wasn't able to perform. Time to move on.
Wow, you sure cheered up quick.
If you want to play rock and roll for a living, you gotta be tenacious. That's why I sprang into action. I submitted a request at the Adventurers Guild and headed straight to the Tenryou Commission to see what else I could find out. However, I've been standing here for ages already. I'm not sure what's keeping those Tenryou Commission samurai so busy that they don't even have time to say hi.
called the aftermath of a war.
They! Paimon bets they're just goofing off.
It's fine. Stuff like this is bound to happen when you step onto unfamiliar shores. Hey, Traveler. Beto told me you've been at Inazuma for a while now. You must know how to get things done around here, right?
Alright, Toma, where you
Think
at?
you can help me out? Now we're talking. If you can get my permit straightened out, I'll write you a killer tune as a token of my heartfelt gratitude.
Can you say maybe join my party? Give yourself a constellation, even though you might already be maxed? Give me those star glitter?
You again? I thought I told you, we're busy already. You'll have to wait.
Sorry, fellas. Perhaps my agent here can explain.
Her agent. Nice cover up. Oh, we're going for Kujosara, huh? Yo, where Kujo at?
Madam Kujo-Sara?
Kujo.
Oh, you must be the traveler. Is this outsider girl a friend of yours?
Sure is. She got stood up and now she's stuck here, so she needs to extend her travel permit. Come on, what kind of impression are you guys creating for visitors here?
Do you not remember
Please don't be
when
mistaken.
we came here?
We're not purposely delaying
We
anything.
were told to get the fuck
Something
out.
big happened recently, and the tenure commission is spread thin. We don't have resources right now.
Yeah, it's called the
The reason
aftermath
this
of
young
the
lady
war.
is still in the
People
queue
don't
isn't
understand
because
war.
she came
Swear.
later than anyone else. It's because there's no one free to take care of smaller issues like travel permits.
Oh, what is this something big?
I can't tell you anymore. Madame Kujo-Sara is in the courtyard. Ask her yourself if you want to understand the situation.
So they really are busy.
Seems that way, but that's okay. They're just doing their job.
Why do these samurai look so serious? Like they're about to go to battle.
Probably because they are. Oh, hell yeah.
Formations! Follow the vanguard and assemble outside the city.
That's what I like. A woman that could take charge. Okay.
Traveler. And who else do we have here? No harm done. What brings you to the Tenryo Commission headquarters all of a sudden? Is there trouble afoot? Because if there's anything I can help with, don't hesitate to ask.
Finally, someone who can call the shots.
I see. It's regrettable that your friend has run into such an unfortunate incident, especially after such a journey. The Tenryo Commission is experiencing a large turnover of personnel in very difficult circumstances. We really are short on people. I apologize for not having tended to your friend's request on time.
It's rare to see you guys struggling like this. What is it this time? Oh, yeah! We're just casually asking.
No one's to blame here. Seems I just arrived at a bad time.
Yeah! Why don't you tell us what kind of trouble you're facing, and we'll do our best to help. In return, maybe you could help Xinyan extend her travel permit.
We really could use the extra help, especially from capable individuals like yourselves. All right, here's the situation. Recently, a nameless domain has appeared in the Araumi region.
How do
Monsters
domains just
with
appear?
incredible strength have been pouring into the area.
But surely the Tenryu Commission are used to dealing with monsters.
The domain appeared quite unexpectedly, and we've come under serious pressure.
Are they
I've
ever
already
expected?
sent out scouts
What
to
do you,
investigate.
What?
Originally, I was planning to lead a force there myself, but an extended period on the front lines would leave the Tenryo Commission without oversight. It just didn't feel right.
Well, if you need folks who can fight, I'll wager we can certainly be of assistance. Ain't that right, Traveler?
Yeah! We do you a favor, and you do us a favor. Got it?
Jeez, are you really giving orders to a general, Paimon?
It's fine. I'm indebted to you. This really is the best solution at the moment. If it were anyone else, I'd have to refuse. But even the almighty Shogun has recognized your abilities, Traveler.
Damn
I'm
right.
happy to assign this task to you.
Ooh, say now. Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself in Inazuma.
Oh yeah, some shit's gone down, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm getting to. Xiangling and the other folks are always saying you're destined for big things. Madam
And
Kujo
yet no one can help me find
where
my
should we go
fucking
next?
sister.
I'll take you over to the location now. I should warn you that I haven't been there myself yet, so I'm not sure how dangerous things could get.
We've been through
As a
3 goddamn
precaution,
countries.
please bring
and
sufficient
nothing.
combat equipment and supplies
I've
with
had
you.
better luck on my own than with you fuckers.
Can we write off the expenses?
Fair enough. I'll put in a request now.
Hold up. I remember there's a travel permit processing fee. Why don't you write that off, and I'll cover all our other expenses. It's nothing. Actually, Beto gave me a bag of Mora to spend before I even got off the ship. Seeing as I'm inconveniencing
Okay.
just about everyone,
Getting money from a pirate might
it's
not be a
about
good
time
idea,
I had
but
something to show
hey.
for it. Why don't we just split it between us? It should cover equipment and supplies, no trouble.
What equipment and what supplies? I've got
You
all kinds
are a
of shit.
woman of method and integrity, I see.
No, don't mention it. But don't go forgetting about my permit now.
I will see to it personally. You have nothing to worry about.
Fantastic. Thank you, ma'am.
So it's agreed? Alright, let's take care of this domain!
Sounds like a plan. Let's hit the road.
Ma'am, you're finally here. We were ambushed by monsters at the entrance as soon as we started to investigate. We were able to push most of them back into the domain, but some of them escaped to the southeast. Many of our troops were injured, so I decided to tend to them before issuing the order to pursue. Forgive me.
Southeast? Oh no, there'll be civilians along the way. This is urgent. We need to split up for now. I'll lead a team to pursue the monsters that got away. The situation here, I leave in your hands. I'm sure you don't need reminding, but be careful.
Don't worry about a thing, we got this!
One more thing. Monsters often try to sneak out from the domain. Keep a close watch on the entrance, and don't let any of them pass, or else...
Watanabe, trust in my judgment.
Yes, ma'am.
And off she goes!
Wow, she ain't playing, huh?
Well, she is leading an army after all. Okay, let's get over to the entrance.
She does kind of command an army. This is so weird seeing Xinyan and Inazuma, but so cool at the same time. Alright, where are we going?
It's just a piece of paper. It looks like a little paper figure. Is it a talisman? Maybe one of the samurai dropped it.
A paper figure, huh? Reminds me of the Shikigami they talk about in the legends.
Not the Shikigami.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time looking into legends from all over Tibet. Well, they give me inspiration for my lyrics. They say in Inazuma there are paper cutouts imbued with magical power that follow their masters wherever they go. Some of them can banish evil, repel monsters, or even protect your home.
Isn't there a
Sounds a
movie
bit like
about
all
something
that
like
sigil
that?
and adepti art stuff they have over in Liyue.
Little figures that you whisper to or some shit? I don't know. I could be tripping.
What?
Straight
Hyman
on.
is a professional Tibet travel guide.
Are you,
and
though?
your best friend. Let's see your fighting origami do that.
Wait, look! The Shikigami, it's moving!
Hey
Really?
there, little paper guy. Can you hear us? Can you talk?
Where am I? Did I faint? Oh no. Wait. Did you see the monsters that escaped from here? Where did they go?
Well, there were monsters around here, all right. But we took care of all of them.
Thank you. And thank goodness they didn't manage to escape. I'd never forgive myself if someone got hurt.
Are you a Shikigami? Those monsters, you didn't let them out, right?
To my knowledge, Shikigami are all about defeating monsters. So what's your story?
My name is Shiki Taisho,
Huh.
and I'm sorry you have to see me like this on our first meeting. This domain is called the Mystic Onmyo Chamber. I'm the overseer in charge here. The Mystic Onmyo Chamber has been in an extended slumber, just as I have. However, a few days ago, under the influence of an unknown power, all the monsters in the domain were suddenly awakened,
Yeah,
and the door was opened.
of course.
Actually,
a little sussy, but
It
alright.
seems like I may have suffered some memory loss in the process. All I remember is waking up to a living nightmare. I tried my best to stop them. I was surprised to see the monsters turn into paper charms when they were defeated. That's when I remembered that they must also be Onmyodo creations, and form part of this Onmyo chamber, like me.
Onmyodo creations? I don't follow.
I'm sorry. I can't give you a clear explanation right now. Me? My sincere apologies. I am a Shikigami, but all I know is that I'm the overseer responsible for this domain. I can't remember who my master is, or why I was created in the first place. I'm a failure.
You mean
Rough.
you don't even know if you're one of the good guys?
What?
Aw. Hey, don't worry. Paimon heard that those with memory loss sometimes start to remember things when they return to a familiar place. Why don't you try going back
Hey,
into
remember that
the
hellhole you
domain?
woke up in? Let's go right
I was
back
just
into
about
it.
to try that. I still have many unanswered questions, but one thing I'm certain of is that my powers originate from this domain. We might even be one and the same. For some reason, I have a feeling that I should be able to completely control it.
If Shikigami are supposed to help with banishing evil and repelling monsters, you were probably stationed here to guard the entrance. As for your memory loss, did you ever hear those stories? You know, the one where someone loses their memory and forgets about the incredible powers they had? Once they remember, they become invincible again!
Actually, I was just thinking along those lines. Do you think you all can help me out?
The most urgent task is helping you to remember, right? Once your memory's back, you might be able to control the domain again and stop any more monsters from escaping.
Traveler, can I borrow you
Traveler?
for a second?
This is getting a little weird.
This Shiki Taisho has only just woken up and it's lost part of its memory. Do you trust it?
Sure, fuck it. Let's get in there.
Well,
Let's
if it
beat some
really is a
monsters up.
guardian of the domain, then we're in good company. But if it's not... Exactly. We shouldn't make any foregone conclusions, but we still gotta be careful. Besides, we still don't know who built this domain or why there are so many monsters inside. We need to get more of an understanding. Paimon, on the other hand, seems to trust it quite a bit. I guess she's still a child at heart.
What do you mean she has... okay. First of all, she is a child. Second of all, what do you mean she has a thing for cute pieces of paper? This is the first time we've ever seen a piece of paper like this.
Hold on there, Paimon.
Okay,
Let's get
whatever.
a grasp of the situation before we get too hasty.
I understand. Between my mysterious memory loss and my link to this Onmyo chamber, it's normal for you to have your doubts.
Why don't you let me test your sincerity?
Sincerity? Ooh, sounds like something interesting is about to happen.
You may not believe it, but music lovers like myself are able to use a special kind of language that isn't used by ordinary folks. This language can be transmitted to others in the form of music itself.
What?
Ooh, special language? Paimon wants to hear it.
It's an honest language that touches the true depths of the heart. I'll be using this language to perform a test to see if our friend Shiki Taisho here is truly trustworthy.
Music? That's not something I have much experience with. But I'm willing to accept any trials you deem necessary.
Do we
All I
really
want
have
to
time
do
for
is
this?
take care
We
of
got
the
monsters
crisis at hand.
running amok, and
All right.
here we are trying to...
Well then listen up and look
Alright, here we go.
lively.
Never mind. Okay. Did not expect this. Interesting. That threw me off, not gonna lie.
So, hope your spines ain't shivering too much.
Oh, we are quaking in our boots right now.
But you only played one song. Is that enough for the test?
The language I spoke was hidden in the music. You won't notice it, but it'll find its way into your heart
What?
and expand your mind.
What kind of
Every
what kind of
soul reacts
mushrooms are you
differently to
eating,
this kind of
Xinyan?
language. Just tell me how it made you feel, and I'll tell you the color of your soul.
What? That sounds amazing.
What?
A kind heart? A heart forced into evil deeds? A heart closed off from having grown used to misfortune? All of them come in different colors.
Okay, I get
So,
you're trying to say music is a form of
Shikitacho,
expression,
tell me.
but like,
What did my music make you feel?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I've never heard music like this before, so it's impossible for me to grasp the hidden intricacies.
you've got an
What I
electric
can
guitar
say is that
being
my
played
body
in
and
front of
soul,
a dude from like the samurai
if I
age.
have a soul, has been uplifted by your melody. I can see the world that you describe. I'm not sure how to put it, but it felt like I was wandering aimlessly on a path with a mist all around me. It felt like
That is a nice
I was
waterfall, though.
wounded, and my head was aching. There were sounds coming from beyond
The
the
water is
mist that
falling,
frightened
therefore
me,
we'll call it a waterfall.
and I worried
good
I was about
English.
to be swallowed by some hidden danger. But all I could do was continue forward. I didn't know where my destination was, but it felt like someone was waiting there for me.
Wow. That's a lot of feels for a piece of paper. Maybe Paimon
A lot
failed
of
the
feels.
test. All Paimon could think
Okay,
of was a
Paimon,
bunch of
okay.
people eating grilled fish.
What?
Grilled fish. I think I saw something similar to that.
What is this conversation?
I was grilling fish with people whose
Oh my
faces
God,
I couldn't make out.
Okay.
There was a fire at the end of the mist. People were sitting around with freshly caught fish on bamboo skewers. I'd
We're
transformed,
skipping
and
this.
yet
We just need to get to the
An
domain.
endless, mighty,
I don't
Oh.
even know.
No. As far as song,
Are you talking about...
I'll wager you.
Really?
Holy
That's
shit.
because music ain't bad.
Thank you very much.
No need to thank me.
Music is a form of expression.
Well,
That's what all this
no.
is.
Traveler, maybe we can take care of everything before
For adventurers at our level,
Oh my goodness. That was... Okay. Okay, we finally made it. Holy shit.
Strange. The Mystic Omnio Chamber doesn't look special in any way.
Looks pretty special to me.
True, but I can sense my power regenerating. I feel much better now.
Wait, look over there. Is there someone here already?
And Tartaglia?
Someone inside the domain? I can't believe it. Who would choose to enter a domain like this one?
Oh, I was wondering who it could be, but it seems you.
You motherfucker.
I heard your footsteps and thought, who in Tevat would set foot in such a dangerous domain?
You son of a bitch.
Then I
I'm
heard
in.
your voice and, well, it all made sense. It's been a long time, traveler. You're getting bolder.
And you're getting
What are you doing here?
hotter.
The domain. Wait! Are you responsible for all this?
It
Child.
probably is.
He's on the tall side, isn't he?
He also goes by Tartaglia.
Hello, miss. Tartaglia will do just fine.
What? It's
I'm...
What?
I will tell you who he is. He's someone who
Hold
showed
up.
up before bad things happen.
You pronounce the G? Have I been wrong this whole time?
Hey now, all this time apart and this is the greeting I get?
You know what Paimon's talking about.
You did try to destroy all of Leeway, my guy.
Xinyan doesn't know what Paimon's talking about. And knowing Xinyan, if she found out about Child's actions in
Yeah,
Liyue...
she'd fuck him up.
Oh, boy.
Interesting attire, but I think she's a Liyue girl. Now then, perhaps I should just be up front.
Remember that time when I tried to summon a god to destroy your entire country?
Actually, I want to start by...
This is an adventurer we befriended in Mondstadt. Child is just a nickname we gave him.
Epic cover-up. Good job, Paimon.
Tartaglia here is
It
always
is with the
messing
G.
stuff up.
Alright,
Even when
guys.
the dangers are
It's
obvious,
official.
He just recklessly
I don't like
charges
it,
in.
but
Something an adventurer should never do. So we get a little annoyed with him sometimes.
alright, Paimon, not gonna lie, you're kind of
Yes,
a good cover up
yes.
here.
I couldn't have put it better
bad.
myself. I too am an adventurer, and I've caused my fair share of trouble for Paimon and the Traveler here, for which I'm unfathomably sorry.
Oh, so you're a Mondstadter. Pleasure to meet you. I'm from Liyue myself. The name's Xinyan, and the name of the game is rock and roll.
Calm down.
The pleasure's all mine. So, are you here to explore the domain too?
That's right. We're trying to find out why the monsters here are so active. According to Shiki Taisho here, this domain is known as the Mystic Onmyo Chamber. There are lots of dangerous monsters inside that were created using Onmyodo.
A domain that lets its monsters escape into the outside world. What forces are at play here? As for me, I stumbled in almost by accident. But now I'm curious about this
What the
mystery.
fuck are you doing in
We
Inazuma in the
adventurers
first
don't
place?
rest until the truth comes to light. It's
You
in our nature.
Shady
So,
motherfucker.
do you mind if I join
So
you
it
guys?
is a
I can
G.
offer my aid in return.
Tartaglia.
If you haven't heard, I'm pretty handy in a fight.
Fuck.
Traveler, what do you think?
You're not going to reject me, are you? Oh, don't be so cruel, Traveler.
Oh,
You know how strong I am.
Yeah. And that's the problem.
Now we're talking.
Another addition to the Shiki Taisho memory hunting crew. There's strength in numbers.
I'm assuming Shiki Taisho is the little paper fellow here, right? A simple yet captivating design. And look at the little face! I bet my brother would love one.
Is he complimenting me?
Yeah, take it as a compliment.
All right. Why don't I bring our new companion up to speed?
And cut to black and give some text. Look at that.
You said that you're the overseer here, but I didn't see you when I entered.
Alright,
I
I'm bored
believe
now.
so.
Well, brother,
Brother. That's a very intimate way of... So, I'm sure we'll find...
Shiki Taisho, can you
They say that
Now that I've been,
I've taken care...
Xinyan
that
over
would...
here trying
allow
to
me
hook
to
up
give it
with
a try.
Tartaglia. What?
What in tarnation? The door open!
She just said it. She said the thing. Oh, and the whole country aesthetic has come together. Okay.
Anyone
It's
Let's
the scent of...
Get on with this.
I don't care how...
make sure you guys protect
The whole rock and roll country thing
I hear
combo
something.
was strange,
This
but
place. Fight.
they didn't need to
Everyone.
seal the deal with a whole what in tarnation. I don't. We'll figure it out. Look to my left, look to my right, nothing there, jump down, boss fight.
Solidify!
Two of them.
For Rex Lepus! Everybody stand!
Retribution!
And they regenerate.
This is order.
Access denied.
Going in! Burn!
Not bad. That was some perilous action.
Not bad.
I've experienced close
God.
calls like that before.
Yeah, whenever I fight you once a week.
No surprise to see Child enjoying himself. Do you really enjoy fighting that much?
Of course, I relish this kind of endless fighting. Putting your life on the line, giving your all, and leaving nothing on the battlefield.
Yeah, I can get used to that type of high. Some people will call me
I
crazy,
guess
but hey.
bringing Child along does have its advantages. We're making quick work of these monsters.
Hey, watch your step. What is that?
Some shit on the floor?
This paper cutout
I don't
looks
know.
just like Shiki Tasho.
I know what this is. It's a replica of me. A mass-produced Shikigami based on my design. I should fuse with it.
What? We shall become one.
How was it? What'd you see?
Harunosuke.
Ryunosuke.
My master, Kamuna Harunosuke.
Fucking fate.
He was the first Onmyoji of Inazuma and a master of
Oh,
charm
God.
magic. He created me
My
and
dear
this domain
Ryunosuke.
and lived here in seclusion for a very long time.
Huh. So it was your master that created this place.
But what was his reason behind...
Alright.
Perhaps he was...
Well, it's possible. Perhaps that was the... But he couldn't...
What? Shikigami?
That's not...
I'm just shooting in the...
No. With his ability, there's no way Kamuna would have made an error like this with his Onmyodo. More importantly, I'm sure he wouldn't have been so irresponsible.
Oh, really? Well then, that leaves us with the worst assumption of all.
He was
What if
killed.
Kamuna Harunosuke is evil
No.
and created this domain to enhance his own Myoto? What if he succeeded in creating monsters that could become weapons? That would make him a problem, and you would be his accomplice.
Evil? Accomplice? Using monsters as weapons?
Easy, Red. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? Shiki Tasho passed my test and earned my trust. I don't like the way you're talking.
Hey, I'm merely making inferences based on Shiki Taisho's memories. I'm not trying to cast doubt on him, and it's true that we don't have any decisive evidence. But we do need to understand the situation here. Besides, is being used as a weapon really that bad?
Why do we keep teaming up with this motherfucker? He always... kind of a shitty person, honestly. Yeah, no shit. Why is he here?
Alright. The next room should be through that door. Let's see if we can find more of Shiki Taisho's replicas and help him restore his memories. Who knows?
This is
We may
until
even
we
find
fuck
Kamuna
after.
Harunosuke himself somewhere
Hey,
further
buddy.
in.
You ever
I
find
wonder how
out that I
strong
killed
of a fighter
Senora?
he is.
Or,
I'd like to go a few
health
rounds
killer?
with him.
Let's keep moving forward.
Oh, that's... Wow. Okay.
Huh? How do we get back out here?
We went through the gate. What do you mean?
Wasn't that door meant to take us to the next room?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Where's Shiki Tasho and Red? Oh, are they still in the domain? Oh, no. We can't get back in. It's stopping outsiders from entering.
What's that rumbling? Can you feel it? Maybe some kind of mechanism is activated inside.
Oh, this ain't good. We can't make any hasty decisions. Traveler, Paimon, let's just wait it out for a minute.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
Huh? Kujisara? You're back so soon.
Yeah.
not soon enough. We spent a long time chasing those monsters down. They were cunning and surprisingly good at evading us. How are things looking here?
Actually...
No other monsters have emerged since we defeated the ones at the entrance. However, strange noises keep coming from inside the domain. Something big must be happening, but we reckon it might be too dangerous to enter. We're waiting for the noises to stop before going in to investigate.
I can sense a power is resisting us. We've already expended a lot of strength intercepting those monsters. Investigating the truth of this domain would be difficult. We need to be fully prepared.
Ma'am, It's not looking good for the wounded soldiers, but we came across a few scattered monsters on the way back. If I may be so bold, we need you to bring up the rear and escort the wounded back to the city.
Yeah, motherfucker, if we got people dying and she's over here talking to us?
I suppose it can't be helped.
What the fuck kind of
I'll
general
send the
are
wounded back
you?
to Inazuma City and dispatch an elite
All
force
right.
here. You've already been a
Good
great
Sarah.
help. Please, return to the city with us.
Well, that's mighty kind, Madam Cujo, but we're not out of strength yet. In fact, we've plenty to go around. We can keep taking care of things here. You do what you gotta do. We'll keep a close eye on the entrance for you.
I'm very grateful.
Oh, if we're gonna help someone, we're gonna help them all the way through to the end.
Yeah, we can get a fire going and eat some grilled fish while you're away.
I just got a wave of new inspiration. I'm gonna write a song about this daredevil trip to Inazuma.
Okay,
We
cool.
at the Tenryo Commission will forever remember your contributions to our cause. I'll be sure to reward each and every one of you properly once this is all over. For now, I leave this domain in your hands. Please keep a careful watch. Watanabe will be stationed in the area. Be sure to alert him if anything unexpected happens.
Xinyan, did you leave out the part about us entering the domain on purpose? Don't think Paimon didn't notice.
You got me. Well, I bet you were fixing to do the same, huh? There's still a lot we don't know about the domain. If we get the authorities involved, we might end up with more problems than we started with.
Fair point.
Now, let me be clear. I ain't biased in favor of Shiki Taisho. It's just, those memories are really important to him. Before we find out the truth about his origin, we shouldn't go making assumptions. Yeah, and it's a terrible feeling to be misunderstood. I would know. Sometimes people are too ready to judge a book by its cover and don't have the patience to read the pages.
Life lesson for you,
Sometimes a
children.
glance is all it takes. And once someone's misunderstood, they got a hell of a job trying to change people's minds.
All right, Xinyan, nice.
Rock and roll is great music, but it's also easily misunderstood.
Okay.
I made a friend of Shiki Taisho as soon as he heard the language I was speaking. I need to find my own way of helping him. That's right. We're gonna have to prove Shiki Taisho's innocence before she returns. I need to ask a favor. Can you guys keep the Tenryo Commission's campaign against the domain a secret from Shiki Taisho?
You're really considerate, Xinyan. You really care about Shiki Taisho's memory loss.
Could I call myself a friend if I didn't?
Trust
There's
him.
that noise again. Let me take a look.
Wait!
Let me look
Paimon
under the
wants to take a
hood.
look too.
Car sounding a little funny. Paimon, get your ass over here.
So you really think we should tell him? Then again, if he turns on us when we lay it all out there, Paimon will have your back. There's no way we're losing to a tiny paper cutout. Not on Paimon's watch.
Watch him be
Traveler, come
the
quick!
God.
I failed again.
Shiki Taisho, are you okay?
I'm fine. I had to use up some of my power just now to counter the resistance from within the domain. The door
Where's
just now must have
Tartaglia?
actually been a
With
disguised
a G.
mechanism. As soon as anyone touches it, all the rooms inside the Onmyo chamber are rearranged.
Oh no,
It
this ain't.
seems that no one can
We're
enter
going
during
full
the
Demon
transition.
Slayer now.
It's all my fault. If only I could exert real control over the domain, we wouldn't be in this situation.
There's no need to go blaming yourself. By the way, where's Child? He's not still inside, is he?
I couldn't say. But that man possesses an incredible aura.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
He's unlike any ordinary person. He enjoys fighting and knows no fear of it. Maybe someone like that really can succeed in conquering this domain.
He's a troublemaker, but he could be in serious danger right now. We can't let him perish in there.
I mean, we
He's the
could.
strongest on the team.
Is he though?
He was hardly breaking a sweat in there. I think we should have faith in his abilities. As much as I hate
See, they
sitting
should have
around.
gave you Xinyan
If
and
even
child
Shiki
just
Taisho can't
buffed.
get back in, there's
That way
not
you
much
can
we
use them
can
in your
do
party,
right
so it
now.
actually makes sense when they're like, yeah, we were there doing stuff.
Well, while we're waiting, I'm gonna think about my song. Shiki Taisho, you wanna listen to some new music?
I'd love to. But my mind is restless.
I'd love to, but I really don't.
Just a piece of paper. Are you really more restless than we are?
Trust me when I say that I'm well aware of the risks
Don't
you're
judge a book
taking
by
to
its
help
cover,
me.
kids. But you're just
The
a piece of paper.
experiences,
Oh, how
battles,
quickly we
and
forget.
injuries you've gone through in the domain are all my responsibility.
Us Liyue folk are all about maintaining a tranquil mind. Things will only get worse if you let frustration take a hold of you.
Very true.
But there are
Xinyan, wise
some
as hell.
things in
We're gonna have
life
to
that
build you for
resist
that.
the more you try to repress them, that make
Give you
for
some good
freedom the
artifacts
more you
just for
try to
saying
tie
that.
them down. That's the kind of tenacity that gets me fired up.
You're talking about things like rock and roll, right?
What? Okay. We
Right
get it.
on.
She's a rock and
It's
roll musician.
powerful, yet
We understand
flexible,
that part
with
of her.
a stubbornness that never surrenders to the challenges
God.
ahead. That's the existence I strive for.
I see. Then let us wait for the opportune moment together, Miss Xinyan.
Now that's more like it. Well, Traveler, if you got other matters to attend to, let's split up for the meantime. We can rendezvous somewhere close by when the domain is
Meaning
open
the
again.
next mission doesn't unlock for a few days. Okay.
Traveler, Paimon! Kujo Sara's arrived. She's right over there.
What's with all the rushing back and forth? Guess she doesn't trust us after all. She sure does seem on high alert.
The situation's getting complicated. Let's have a word with her first.
Thank you again for your help this entire time.
You're quite welcome.
I've brought reinforcements. It would seem that the most critical moments are behind us. So from here on out, if we can hold this path, we should be able to repel the monsters.
Gotta hold
If
the
any do
line.
escape, we can corner them in the Araumi region. The loud noises we heard earlier were probably the result of large numbers of mechanisms. We're ready and waiting for an opportunity to storm the domain.
Why don't you station troops closer to the domain?
In our last operation, our samurai didn't think to maintain a certain distance. When the monsters suddenly attacked, they had no choice but to beat a hasty retreat. Once is an oversight, twice would be a grave error. I won't allow such things to happen again.
Oh, Paimon gets it now.
I will return to the Kujo encampment and plan our defenses for the other regions. It took some time, but the Tenryo Commission has assumed full control of this area. With all my heart, I thank the three of you for your assistance. Your promised rewards are not forgotten. Miss Xinyan, please take this letter. Enclosed is a travel permit that I processed personally for you.
Ooh, personally.
I applied for the longest duration available. I hope you can use it this time to really get to know Inazuma. I've also arranged your accommodation. Simply follow the instructions in the letter when you're back in the city.
Oh, wow. Free boarding and unlimited travels across Inazuma. I don't know what to say.
It's the least I can do.
It's so interesting. It's still just so interesting.
Thank you,
seeing
ma'am.
Xinyan.
I know you're real busy, but if
in
you do get a
Inazuma.
day off and I'm still here in Inazuma, please come and see one of my street performances.
I must tell you that I never did develop much of a taste for songs and music. But given everything you've done for the Tenryo Commission, I will certainly attend your performance if the
I'm
opportunity
just
arises.
glad to finally get some Xinyan screen time. She's been out since like Diona was here.
Well, that's Xinyan's biggest worry taken care of.
Not quite. My biggest worry is still Shiki Taisho. What comes next has nothing to do with me. As a friend, I must go back and help. Not to mention Red. Traveler, we gotta go back and save him, right?
He could probably handle himself.
Then let's go. We'll need to meet up with Shiki Taisho in secret first.
Oh, here you are.
Okay, that was quick. That was quick. Okay.
So, is this everyone? You guys had me waiting for quite some time. Let me tell you, you missed out on some incredible action. Quite the pity.
Look at this guy. Not a scratch on him.
Were you guys worried about me?
No.
You must have a lot of faith in my abilities. As a comrade and old rival, you should know that unexpected combat situations are my bread and butter. Anyway, when the domain was rearranging itself, the rooms were moving up and down.
God,
The monsters were
taking some
scattered all
inspiration
over the
from Demon
place.
Slayer there, now aren't you?
I had so much fun fighting them these last few days. I even came across a few replicas. They should contain more power and memories.
Better late than never. Hurry up and fuse with them, Shiki Taisho.
The residual power in these replicas is limited. I can only regain a fraction of my memories.
Not enough? Then I guess it's on with the plan. We need to venture deeper into the domain.
Wait! The domain already rearranged itself! The route we discovered is useless now!
Don't worry too much. There's a pattern to the rearrangement. I should be able to find the way. If I'm not mistaken, we should head in that direction.
Wait a second. Paimon has a question. Shiki Taisho, didn't you just say that the power left in the replicas wasn't enough? You still don't have all your memories. So how would you know if you were heading in the right direction?
I mean, fair point.
Last time when we followed you through that door, we were sent out of the domain, which means not all the doors in this place are real. What if you still can't tell the difference? We might end up somewhere super dangerous.
I can completely understand your reservations. Unfortunately, I'm still unable to give you a compelling answer. Would you believe it if I said that it's an intuition I have as the overseer here?
Not really.
I can
Yeah,
see
I'm
why
not
you're
really
worried,
buying it.
Paimon, but our only option is to trust Shiki Taisho as our guide. Otherwise, all we can do is stand here and wait. Besides, we'll be even more lost if the domain rearranges itself again.
You seem to be more anxious this time around. Let me guess. Trouble on the outside? As far as I understand it, Inazuma's situation is still far from stable. A domain like this would likely fall under the Tenryou Commission's jurisdiction, but they're spread too thinly at present. There's a lot that still falls outside of their control. Which means that you guys are here as support, and it's very likely that the Tenryou Commission made the request. So, you're receiving their orders.
Look at him, diffusing
In that
the situation
case,
like a pro.
knowing their style, they're probably planning a lethal assault on the domain to crush everything in their path. If we don't find Shiki Taisho's memories before that happens, then it's possible we never will. Hence the increased anxiety, right?
You are here to investigate.
Is this all part of your scheme?
It's true. There are
Yes, it
indeed
is.
matters that I'm investigating, but it's not what you might think.
Okay.
We can talk about that later. Let's make sure we deal with our own problems first. Now then, Traveler, you and I are hardly strangers, and I see no reason for me to lie to you. After arriving in Inazuma, I discovered monster tracks in the surrounding areas, and so I followed them into the domain. It would appear that this place is some sort of combat training ground.
It's the
There's
fucking
nothing
room
but
from
fighting and
Demon
slaughter to be
Slayer.
had here. Needless to say, it's been an
Got
enjoyable experience for
monsters,
me.
switches
I
around.
feel quite at home.
We're fighting for our lives.
This may come as an unpleasant surprise to Miss Xinyan and Shiki Taisho, but I'm not someone who cares for allegiance and affiliation. Good and evil, right and wrong, duty and destiny. Are these things really so important? Are they really more appealing than the euphoria of battle and close combat?
Why does this guy get
You
off
got
on
fighting
combat
in your
so
veins,
badly?
that's for sure. Well, brother, what is it you're trying to say?
Nothing in particular, but I am telling you that we should venture forward bravely. Don't fear the monsters that lie ahead. If you're not up to the task, I will happily take your place in crushing all that come before us. Then the burden of the slaughter will be mine and mine alone. Because fighting is what I'm best at.
Don't look at Paimon! We're going, okay? We're going!
Yet another.
This room is very close to the deepest part of the Onmyo chamber. Haranosuke and I remember we spent a long time here. We would watch martial artists from all over Inazuma. They would drink here and celebrate, shouting, "Now we too have the power to defeat the strongest monsters."
So you and Kamina Harunosuke brought samurai here to eradicate monsters?
That is one possibility, among many.
Okay.
Perhaps it was all just a ploy by Harunosuke. Maybe recruiting those samurai and ordering them to eradicate the monsters was all in aid of regaining control of the Onmyo chamber.
Huh. Sounds a lot like something Tartaglia would say.
Hey, I can have positive assumptions too, you know.
I'm just trying to make a logical guess. I don't mean to offend anyone. My memory is still incomplete, but there's less and less gaps to fill. Soon, it should be fully restored. What's more, I sense that if we continue forward, we might just come face to face with Harunosuke himself.
Harunosuke. My dear Harunosuke.
This Onmyo chamber was built ages ago, wasn't it? Could he have been here all that time? Whoa.
What?
Wait, Traveler, you're not about to...
Looking at your expressions,
You're not about to speak, are you?
this must be something serious.
We don't need to get too serious though, right? It's eerie enough down here without adding more tension into the mix. Let Paimon say it.
Yeah, he ain't gonna say it. He doesn't
All right,
speak.
here goes. In the very beginning, all we heard was that monsters had escaped from a domain. We came straight here along with samurai from the Tenryo Commission. When we met you, you didn't know anything about the domain or where you came from, and we believed you. We had our reservations, but we trusted Xinyan. She took you at your word, and we decided to work together. As we ventured deeper and deeper into the domain, it seemed like truth was just around the corner. But even now, we still can't be sure whether this domain was created for evil ends. You never know what you'll find in a chest until you open it. And now we've arrived at that moment. We need to be ready for whatever it contains.
I don't like seeing folks forced into a corner like this. But it's like the Traveler says. We gotta be ready to take responsibility for each other.
I see. So the time has come for me to make a choice. Until now, I had my doubts about why you had decided to help me throughout all this. Even if we've only spent a few days fighting in each other's company, we should have no reason to hide anything.
You really just...
I'm afraid that barring
This
new
is a weird game
information,
of trust, but alright.
it's impossible for me to make any guarantees.
Yeah.
I want to
kinda a repeat
believe in
circle.
Harunosuke. But after all these years, perhaps he's changed. Maybe my memories were never real to begin with. I am just a Shikigami, created by an Onmyoji, with nothing more than a few fragmented memories to my name. The four of you are all I have. Our bond is one of trust. My bond with Harunosuke is one of responsibility. As my creator, I have a duty to follow him. And if he does turn out to be evil, then my destiny will be his to control. If I am able, I wish to retain the kindness in my heart until the very end. But a weapon cannot betray its master's will. If he was able to create me, then he is able to control me. So, if Harunosuke and I go on to cause harm to others, I trust that you will provide a fitting end for the two of us.
Alright, so when these two start attacking us, we'll fuck them up.
Great. Leave all the heartbreaking decisions for us, why don't you? Still, that was an honest and inspiring speech. Good enough for Paimon. What do you think?
Wait, were you two planning this line of questioning all along?
Not bad at all. You were testing to see whether there were still missing fragments from Shiki Taisho's memory. You've grown, Traveler.
What do you mean, testing? This was all an orchestrated collaboration, successful teamwork. It's like Xinyan said, she has her way of confirming trustworthiness, and we have ours. Besides, this was a chance to let Shiki Taisho know that even if he's still unsure of the big picture, we're still willing to place our trust in him.
Shiki Taisho refrained from claiming an allegiance, which sounds like the actions of a real comrade to me. Warning us of the potential threat was an act of true responsibility.
Well, I'm also a terrible liar. But thank you for opening up to my honesty.
Well, even good guys lie and manipulate at times, and bad guys have their own doubts and misgivings. The fact that you were able to give an answer so cruel to yourself could only mean that you've truly made up your mind.
It's just like Xinyan said. What was it you said again?
Remind me what you said again?
Could you give me a hint?
Oh, got it! It's an honest language that touches the truest depths of the heart.
Wow.
Word for word, huh? Your memory ain't so bad after all, Paimon.
Well then,
Cut the
has our
accent and
pre-combat
everything.
session concluded? If so,
This is
let's
where
get going.
Does
Shiki
every
Taisho,
female
try not to
character wear
worry.
heels?
We're here for you.
I know. And I will do my best not to cause you guys any trouble.
Interesting.
Trouble's fine, as long as we can win in the end.
Before we get ahead of ourselves, we need to be ready for an even worse scenario. Imagine if this door isn't the way to the innermost depths of the domain, but just another mechanism.
Yeah, it'd be pretty annoying.
Shut up! Don't jinx it!
Yeah, shut up, Tom.
I'm just exploring the what-ifs.
Sussy baka.
There's no guarantee that it won't happen, right?
Unfortunately, if that is the case, I don't think I'll be able to prevent it in my current state. I'm sorry, but I still don't have full control over this place yet.
Personally, I wouldn't really mind. This place is a combat haven. It can rearrange itself another 10 times for all I care.
Paimon isn't listening! You can have fun here by yourself when all this is over!
Well, if the domain does rearrange itself again, you should watch your backs and try and stick together.
And you'll be off on another solo combat mission, I assume.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be making the most of it.
This dude might be a little insane.
Darn it! We've been kicked out again!
Yep.
No, we need to make sure Red keeps his mouth shut next time. His jinxes are right on Lamora.
Paimon's sick of this domain! Kamina Haranosuke is a scaredy cat. He's too afraid to face us!
Still, it's lucky that Red and Shiki Taisho remained inside. This place is crawling with Tenryo commissioned samurai. Well, same as before, I guess. Let's wait for the domain to rearrange and then go find them. Until then, we should stay hidden. We wouldn't want the Tenryo commission to see us wandering around.
Next time, we have to chase Kamina out of its hiding spot.
Traveler, I found out some good news from the garrison forces. Kujo-Sara has been tied down with work in the city. Nothing seems to be going on with her troops for now. Besides that, we haven't had any new monsters escape the domain for quite some time, and the troops have complete control of the pass. I don't think they're in a hurry to attack the domain right now. Seems we got more time than we bargained for.
Then let's get going. Those two must be getting impatient.
Oh, you're back.
Damn right.
Okay, now that we're all here, what do you say we get to the bottom of this?
You two look like you've been through a war.
Just one war? I've lost count of how many battles we've had down here. I did okay, right, Shiki Taisho?
Mr. Tartaglia is no stranger to domains. He was able to deal with even the most powerful monsters with ease. I am
He's
confident
kind of a
that we
nut.
can make it to the innermost depths of the domain.
Huh. You two seem to have gotten much closer over the last few days.
Well, we fought shoulder to shoulder for quite a while now. All right, listen up. During the rearrangement, Shiki Taisho said he could sense the most important replica over there.
Compared with the other replicas, it should contain a far greater power within. If I can fuse with it successfully, I should be able to remember the truth of this domain.
It's right there? Then how come you guys haven't gone over yet?
Shiki Tai show. Were you waiting for us this whole time?
Without your companionship, I never would have made it this far. My memories were only retrieved thanks to everyone's efforts. I feel it's only right that you're here with me to witness this final and most important juncture. My memories, fragmented for so long, are finally complete. I remember it all now. The origin of the mystic Onmyo chamber. Its essence. This realm is not for practicing Onmyodo, nor is it for harnessing evil. The reason Haranosuke created me and the domain, our sole purpose, was to protect.
Protect?
Our nation was once attacked by a great evil, and a person of importance to Haranosuke was taken from him. He was filled with hatred and regret, and began yearning for the strength to take on the evil himself. He made his way across the ocean to seek the Adepti of Liyue, and went on to study the Adepti arts. He combined those subtle techniques with the art of transcension that he himself had practiced over the years, and founded the earliest version of Onmyodo. Later, he rallied all samurai with the will to serve in protecting the nation, and created me and this Onmyo chamber. With me as a template, he would create many replicas, assigning each to a samurai. The samurai and Shikigami were partners, combining their martial prowess and charm magic to take on monsters with great efficiency. They worked in pairs and set out to rid the land of monsters. Information on the defeated monsters would be recorded within the Shikigami. Upon returning to the domain, that information would be channeled into the creation of mirror monsters, training targets for the samurai. As the first Shikigami, I was constantly absorbing the knowledge and experiences of the replicas.
This was a training
I
dojo?
was able to improve the structure of the domain and provide better training for the samurai. Over time, these dedicated samurai were able to achieve an enviable martial prowess. A new batch of recruits would arrive as the last group left the domain. The cycle of new knowledge and new opponents seemed to be never-ending.
I mean, pretty cool.
No
You
wonder the
definitely would-
fighting never stops here.
Yeah.
This was a training ground to begin with.
In other words, Kamuna Haranosuke built this Onmyo chamber to train samurai to fight monsters?
But why did it appear?
Doesn't that make him a pretty great guy?
Why did it appear randomly in
that's the
Inazuma?
case, why is he hiding away in the depths of the domain?
No. Haranosuke is no longer here.
He did.
For reasons unknown, Haranosuke disbanded the samurai and abandoned the domain. This part of my memory is still fragmented.
You just said it was.
I can't remember what Haranosuke said to me before he left.
Left? Meaning he's still alive?
Oh.
It's
There's
possible,
a chance for us to find him.
and I hope he is. I am a weapon created by Haranosuke. The purpose of the Onmyo chamber, my purpose, is to facilitate combat, to train myself and others. But this domain was abandoned. The only people to have come here since are yourselves. What use does a weapon discarded by its owner have to offer?
Find a new owner.
This is really tough for Shiki Taisho.
A discarded weapon. Discarded or not, what's so bad about being a weapon? All those who stalk the battlefield yearn for meaning and value.
Do you think so?
You were interested in my secret, right? Why is it that I'm able to withstand the resistance of the domain? Why is it that I'm able to face down complex battles with ease?
Because I love to fight.
I have fought in the fissures that lie between great tree roots. Boundless danger, fatal encounters. These are the ingredients I use to become stronger still. It is not victory that I seek, but improvement. I want to become sharp as a blade, to the point where others fear me. You're not the only weapon here, Shiki Taisho.
If that's true, then these battles you strive for, where do they end?
That's a secret, Cap.
Only
They
those that
don't.
wish for an end will find one.
They don't end.
For me, it's nothing more than a mirage. I was born to fight,
Oh
and as
my
long as
God.
I draw breath, there will be no end to
is
my
per-
purpose. My limits vanish behind the horizon
get
with
it. You
every
like to
step that I
fight.
take.
We get it.
Let go of your confusion. Sorrow and hesitation are the enemy of
Join
an implacable
me.
weapon.
And together we will
What
rule
must I
the
do?
galaxy.
To let go?
Don't worry. You don't have to abandon something to succeed in letting go. You don't have to abandon anything, Shiki Taisho. You've only just regained your memories. This is the perfect opportunity to pick up where you left off. All you gotta do is find the thing that was most important and righteous to you.
Most important and righteous?
Yep, for me, it's rock and roll. It's not everyone's cup of tea. In fact, I'd say it's kinda unpopular, really. But if it makes me happy, that's all that matters.
Alright, I can get
What do I
behind
care
that.
if someone doesn't share my passion? All I need to worry about is doing what I enjoy.
Okay, Xinyan, spit
So
some
if
truth.
people want to roll their eyes or give me the cold shoulder, they can have at it. My music was never meant for those that couldn't understand it.
Alright, Xinyan
I
might be my
still
favorite
remember
character
your
now.
test. The song you played for
Those
me.
words alone just kind of
You
bumped her
said
up on
that
the
you
tier
were
list.
walking alone, that you spent time in the company of others eating grilled fish by a fire. Your answer was filled with an understanding of human emotion. We've all journeyed down a path of solitude at some point in our lives. Your presence there puts you in good company. You found us and joined us by the fire, and we became friends. The road ahead is difficult, but we're never alone. Shiki Taisho, this is the language in my music, and my reward for sticking to the path right for me. What about you? I know there'll be something calling out to you.
Miss Xinyan, I may not be able to harness the optimism you carry with you just yet. But I do know that my journey doesn't end here. Everyone, we continue on. I want to. No. I must retrieve the last replica and regain control of this domain. Yes. There has to be something left that only I am capable of doing.
That's more like it. Get ready, everyone. There's more fighting ahead. As long as we move forward together, there's nothing to worry about.
Master Kamina, over half our trained samurai are wounded, and our Shikigami losses are far greater than anticipated. Besides, the outside situation is beginning to stabilize. Do we really need to keep pursuing this ultimate attainment?
Why so apprehensive? This is all within my expectation.
Harunosuke, forgive my directness, but she's not coming back.
All I ever wanted was to assist her descendants and guard this territory. Now that our targets no longer exist, and those needing our protection are finally safe, then perhaps our sworn mission has indeed come to an end. I always believed that I would stand guard in this place forever, if time permitted. I almost fooled myself with such a notion. I hope you never make the same mistake.
Don't worry, Harunosuke. I know everything that you've done for Inazuma. Your efforts need not be judged by others. The same goes for my existence.
Bestowing you with intelligence, that you should know human emotion, it would seem this was the right decision. In the end, it is you that have enlightened me.
Wait, take everything long?
Rosy-cheeked in the morning, bleached bones by dusk. How so very true. I have nothing left to keep me. Shiki Taisho, my friend, you have completed your assignment magnificently. As for me, I need wait no longer. I will set out again in search of a new purpose.
Then this is farewell, Harunosuke. Be safe in your travels. I remember everything. Harunosuke didn't abandon me. It was I that persuaded him and helped him escape the labyrinth of his heart.
Well, that's one hell of a view, I have to say.
Harunosuke didn't abandon me. I enlightened him. I helped him to release a burden shouldered for too long. Harunosuke had great aspirations for me and the mystic Onmyo chamber. But the truth is, perhaps we were an ill-timed creation.
What are you talking about?
The samurai trained tirelessly and with promising results. And yet, the strength of mortals is bound by unforgiving limits.
Your progress wasn't
Our
even that
progress
slow, 'cause
was
you fought
too
off all the
slow.
monsters and you protected what you
Even
needed
as
to
we
protect.
trained,
So
the
good
god
that you
with the
put yourself
power
out
of the
business.
Muso no Hitotachi swept across the land with a force of diligent and mighty warriors. They removed all hidden evils from our territory. And just like that, a life's work was rendered unnecessary. No one in this world is prepared when such sorrow befalls them.
So, the Rain Eye, she put you guys out of business, is what I'm hearing.
Paimon can't begin to imagine how that feels, but we've definitely heard about similar cases.
I was lost, dejected, and doubted everything in sight. Still,
You guys
the fruits
had
of our
everybody
labor
was safe.
and valiant
Go find
efforts
something else to
cannot be
do.
denied,
Like, I don't know
even
what to
if
tell
they were
you.
overshadowed. Regardless, the aim that Harunosuke and the samurai sought had been achieved.
Exactly.
The samurai no longer needed to devote their life to training.
Yeah, they can go do something
It
else.
should have been something to celebrate. But Harunosuke was a sentimental man. His affections were rooted in mortal desire, and he couldn't bear to let go
Dude,
of
just
what he
couldn't
had
move on.
lost. To protect
So then we got our
was
little
our
paper
shared
origami
ambition.
samurai dude that helped
And if
him.
the world was the object of Harunosuke's protection, then he was the object of mine. As his most prized creation and only friend in the mystic Onmyo chamber, I tried to persuade him. He told me that he wanted to set out again in search of a new purpose, that it may take him months, years, or even centuries. It didn't matter to me. All I wanted was for him to achieve that aspiration and to return to this place anew. And in the endless days of waiting, I fell into a deep slumber. Harunosuke, you're not coming back, are you?
Don't be upset, Shiki Tasho.
If Kamina Harunosuke learned the power of Adepti arts and Transcension, isn't it possible that he became immortal?
What I've come to realize is that regardless of whether he remains in this world, he shouldn't be the sole purpose of my existence. Meeting all of you helped me understand belief. I believe that Harunosuke is walking his own path now. And I believe that I too can find a path of my own. From birth, we begin to walk in solitude toward an inevitable end.
Alright, let's calm down.
But there are embers in the mist that welcome us and friendships to be made under the night sky. Our assignment does not end because the journey is long. There was value in everything Haranosuke did, and my purpose is my assignment. That's something that will never change, nor will it be taken away from me. I am Shiki Taisho, the first Shikigami, ally of martial artists, and forevermore the overseer of the mystic Onmyo Chamber. My duty is to assist fighters in reaching ultimate attainment. There will be others in this world attempting to scale the highest peak. I will gladly become a bridge between the mountains, a weapon that carries them through the clouds.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wow! Full memory Shiki Taisho is a force to be reckoned with!
I've regained full control of the mystic Onmyo Chamber. No mirror monsters will be able to escape this domain from now on. The crisis has been averted. In a few days' time, I'll be able to secure the charm magic network and restore the mystic Onmyo Chamber to its original state. This place is an ever-changing, yet reliable training ground. I will continue to stand guard here and provide training for anyone seeking ultimate attainment.
Alright, child.
The
Step up.
Tenryou Commission must already have made preparations to enter the domain by now. Please, leave the negotiations to me. When they arrive, I will explain the matter in its
Hopefully they
entirety.
don't take a pair of scissors to
So
your
we
ass.
don't have to deal with the nitty-gritty? Great! Paimon hates negotiations.
My thanks to all of you. Without you, I never would have been able to regain my true self. I've prepared a gift for you. It may not be enough to repay your kindness, but I hope it will come in handy.
Ooh, we get an item?
A replica?
You can call it Shiki Kosho. Shiki Kosho is different to the other replicas. No matter where you go, it can maintain communication with me. It won't be able to use Shikifuda or charm magic
Of course it
outside of
won't.
the mystic
That'd be too
Onmyo
easy.
Chamber, but it can still provide you with protection.
No, it can't.
Bringing
It's a
it with
fucking
you
pet.
on your travels is the same as having me by your side.
No, it's not. It's
Shiki
not the
Taisho
same.
still sounds upset. Is he worried we won't meet again? All right now. No more sadness, you hear me? We ain't left just yet. Besides, thanks to the Traveler, Kujo, Sara, and Beto, getting over to Inazuma just got a whole lot easier. I might just have to start paying you a regular visit.
Miss Xinyan, wouldn't that take up too much of your time?
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you think of rock and roll?
What?
Rock and roll. To me, it's wonderful music.
Then that's good enough for me. I only ever perform for people that can appreciate it anyway. Speaking of which, prepare your ears, y'all. It's about to
No.
get louder.
No, please, no, don't.
Huh? You're gonna perform right now? Wow! Paimon never realized how uplifting this number was!
Sure.
Wait, Tartaglia can dance, right? Let's get him to... Huh?
He's
Where'd
gone.
he go? Hey, Tartaglia! Where do you think you're going? Trying to sneak off on us, huh?
Sneak off. I'm just looking for a place to put my feet up and muse for a while is all. Traveler, it's time I told you about my investigations. Still sharp as always. I do sometimes wonder if you can read minds. I had a lot of fun here. In fact, I really like Inazuma, as long as I don't dwell on minor problems and the trouble they cause. I originally came to this domain because I thought that it might have something to do with the balladeer. As it turns out, he's not here. Scaramouche is in
balladier's not
possession of a
here?
certain
Oh, no.
gnosis, and we happen to have lost contact with him. I don't suppose it's a coincidence. Of course, it didn't surprise me in the slightest that Scaramouche would do something like this. My agenda as a Harbinger is to seek out combat, and nearly every Fatui Harbinger has an agenda of their own too. I'll let the Gnosis run for a while longer. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before you discover its whereabouts. When that time comes, Traveler, what will you choose to do? And where is your final destination?
Bro, we still got like 4 more nations, I think, to go through. So we got
I
a
wish I
while
could
to
stay
figure out
here
what
a
our
while
final
longer.
destination is going to be.
The more time you spend somewhere, the more joy it brings you when you return. You're like the
Not
stars in the
always.
night sky, comrade. You never cease to surprise me.
Alright. And he just fucking walks away on that note. What a badass.